Hello, hello, hello. How are you? It is the morning. It is a Tuesday morning. Sorry. The voice has made one of my children stir. It's a good day. How are you all? I hope you're well. I truly do. I do indeed. Hope you're, I don't even know why I'm actually wearing this thing. I have to swap mics over. Hold on a second. There we go. I know it's working because I can hear me in here. You know what's really annoying just now though is that my onboard sound is everything's working really, really well. Okay, it works from forward, backwards, left and right, but it won't allow the sound from the desktop to travel through the ether to you guys. So I can't play nice morning music just now. So that's going to be the project for today. Good morning, Jay. How are you? Thank you for coming and joining us. Big hugs to you. Oh dear. My children camped out in the living room last night. It was quite funny. And I would have actually slept in for this morning's show if it wasn't for my neighbours and my neighbours coming round to say, hey, look, there is somebody in digging up part of your garden. And I was like, somebody's digging up part of my garden? No way. No. Oh my God, hold on. Jay, hello. And Rab Campbell. I also broadcast, everybody that is currently in YouTube land, I also broadcast on Facebook in the mornings as well. And Mr. Rab Campbell, the man himself, the man who inspires good coffee, is on there, which is great. And good morning. It's all happening, brother. It is all happening. Thank you very much for joining us today. It's always a pleasure to have you. Big fat hairy pleasure. Big hairy pleasure. Hairy pleasure. I don't know why I'm getting up because I'm not going to stand in the kitchen and speak to you while the kettle is boiling. That's how far behind I am with everything. Way behind. What I can do though is I can look up the UK papers and get that ready. UK papers today. So what were you all doing yesterday? Was there anything exciting happening? Oh yeah. Oh, that was a terrible big yawn. Terrible yawn. Yes, papers look quite boring today. Sorry to say. It looks very dull. It looks very dull. Very dull indeed. Yeah, all you have to do, Rab, for the YouTube side of things, right, is it's just set up an account. Just go and download the app if you're on a smartphone. Set up an account. Find Mojax Happy there, brother. That's all you have to do. Because your support would be most welcome. You know, a little click in that subscribe box, if you've not already done it, goes a long way. I'm actually looking to see if anybody has subscribed over the weekend. I class a Monday as a weekend. Yeah. Which is good. Oh dear. Let's just have a look on it because the kettle's finished boiling. Oh, bloody nose. We're sitting at 179 subscribers. Woohoo! When I started streaming, we only had 60. So we've done a good job. A very good job in increasing our numbers. And that's because you guys are awesome. Very awesome. Right, where's my big mug? We'll use this mug today. Look, see this one? Look, see? But look. Oh! My kids got me that one. Surprisingly enough. Surprisingly enough. Oh, good grief. Oh, right, coffee the Rab way. Right. You can put the milk or the coffee in. That doesn't really matter. That's not the important thing. The important thing is to have it, both of them, in at the same time. Then you stir it until there is no more grind. The man that invented this method is watching right now. Okay, so I need to get it right. If I don't get it right, look at that astounding creaminess of the stuffy wuffy. And then you can just pour the water. Hang on, listen. Oh yeah. And then just give it another stir. You shouldn't have any grinds in the top. It still tastes better than somebody called what's it called? Coffee. Jailhouse coffee, called instant coffee. I think it was Ico. Was it Ico? Somebody else? I don't know. Anyway. A medication. Right, we'll take my meds. Oh wow. It's been a busy couple of nights, I tell you. Busy. Which is good. This just stops me from, I don't know, what does thyroxine do again? It's a kind of an enabler, isn't it? It's thyroxine anyway. But today is not a porridge morning because, because it's not really, because the kids are here. I'll wait till they wake up and then we will do breakfast, and then alone. Oh, coffee the only way. Let's have a look at the chat just now. Oh God, super late for you. Is it like almost midnight or something where you are, Jay? Whereabouts are you in the world? You know? Yeah. And Rab is computer thick. Crazy, right? Let's share the screen and then go and look out the weather window to see what the weather's like in Scotland. And we need to... yep, there is the papers. There's both of me. Look, there's me on the camera we're going to change to, and me on the camera where I am just now. But I will just go back to the one me. Yay! Okay, let's look at the weather window. Is it? Nope. For some reason, I still cannot flip this round, which is a royal pain in the neck. Oh. My neighbours woke me up this morning because somebody was digging something in my garden, actually, along the road from where I was. And it was all a bit weird, but it turned out it was just two young guys. One of the guys was actually in my son's primary class, and they were digging up a plant. It was actually more like a weed from my garden. You know what? I'm quite happy. Maybe they forgot to get their mum a birthday present and they were digging up a big flower thing. Anyway, let's look at it. We've had some glorious days here in Scotland like this. We're now still beautiful sunshine looking east. Patchy clouds in the sky. It's okay, we don't mind. Anything with the wind. A bit of a wisp in the wind today. You know, just the air's moving. Not like yesterday. The air was not moving yesterday at all. It really wasn't. Look. Oh. I'm going to do the show from outside one day. And it's nice. Because it is nice. Just good to the air quality. Oh, it's good. still don't smell the pollution as much anymore. I don't, which is good as well. Right, okay. Time to do that transition-y thing. Good morning, Mother. How are you? Oh, it's over there still. Rab, my mum is in the house. Well, she's not really, she's on Facebook, but she's in the house. Righty-ho. We need to just do a couple of little things here. First of all, we will mute. And then we shall unmute this one. Right, so what I need from you guys just now is a quick sound check. Can you hear me okay? Because I can no longer hear myself anymore. I can't check it. Rab saying good morning to my mama. I need to blow my nose as well. Hold on. Right, so is the sound okay? Just give me a thumbs up or a yes that you can hear me. And then we shall move on with the morning, which is exciting. There's no point in me speaking unless you can actually hear me. Oh, look. Loud and clear. Great stuff. Thank you, Mum. Right, good. Let's see. Before we move on, we've got Jay, we've got Rab, we've got my mama. If there's anybody else who just wants to say hello, come and say hello. You know, we're not people that bite very often, and we like to interact with you all, which is good. Mum, I don't know whether you can see the Facebook chat on this, but Rab saying, hope you're well. Because I don't actually see. In fact, we should really go to the page that has Facebook one time. I've never seen Facebook Live before, which is good. Oh, I don't want. Oh, there we go. Oh. Right, that's what it looks like. Oh, look. There you go. Oh, there's Knowledge. Good morning. Passing by to say hi. Nice to have you. Well, yeah, that's Facebook Live. I've never seen it before, so there's a big chat thing as well. Very good. Right, we will close that off so we don't get feedback. Astounding. Yes, if you've never been here in the mornings before, it's a bit of an informal environment. It's where we get up, we switch on the computer, we make some coffee, the Rab way. That's the only way. And the Rab himself is in Facebook land watching us. He's my brother, man. He's one of the guys. Love him. Anyway, then we usually make porridge, but if the kids are here, I'll make the porridge after they've woken up, which will be in about 30 minutes once we have done this show this morning. Then we look out the window. Oh, then Mojax yawns because he's had a busy couple of days. I might go back to bed today, actually, and stuff like that. But nah, what can I say? What can I say? It's very informal. Sometimes the kids will be speaking as well, so it's just one of those videos. And then we look at the papers, and we usually finish with a poem as well. Yesterday we did the one about conflict. So as we look at the papers, I'm going to find another poem for us to actually have a wee look at. But let's go to the papers anyway, and see what they look like. What do I need to do here? That's that done there. I want to be able to look at the papers and the stream at the same time, which is important. There are. That's great. This honestly new technology. It's like, wow. I can have 2 windows open at the same time, so I can look at the stream, I can see the chat, and I can look at the papers all at the same time. It's crazy. Who would have thought I could actually do that? Right, papers. Oh, that's weird. Right, okay. The Daily Telegraph. Quarantine plan under review as MPs revolt. Oh my God, this is going to be awesome. We love that. We love it when people are revolting, and most MPs are revolting. You going to bed, Mr. Heath? Yeah, head off to bed. It's important. Time for sleeping. Which is good. Because it's, what was it, 11:45 he said? Where you are in the world. All right, 10:45ish at the time when you wrote it. Right, amazing. Thank you for joining us anyway, Jay. Thank you very much. But let's carry on. Primary pupils' lessons in life after lockdown. Well, crazy. Right, okay, let's read. The government's plan to force everyone arriving in the UK to quarantine for 14 days is the focus of the Daily Telegraph's top story. The paper says the plan, which it says will be brought before Parliament on Tuesday, has caused a revolt among Tory MPs, with tourism and aviation business leaders warning it will ruin their industry. The Telegraph reports ministers are working on plans to phase out the quarantine policy within weeks, and that Boris Johnson now personally in favour of introducing so-called air bridges between countries. Yeah, because, air bridges are safe. A virus can't travel along an air bridge whatsoever. No, it's true. It's true. And it's you might have virtually no cases in your country with regards to this. And yeah, you might have no cases, but you could have 80% of the population carrying it around and having no symptoms. And then they go over an air bridge into a country that has, similar things. And say it's up like somewhere like New Zealand, for instance, that has virtually no cases just now. And yeah, wow, that would be crazy. They send people across airbridge-wise and then infect half the population. Let's do it. Oh, crazy times. Right, The Guardian says critics around on number 10 over ridiculous quarantine. Same sort of thing going on here. The Guardian focuses on the government's draft plans for quarantine. Wait, now, hold on. We're not doing that yet. It's just plans. Paper picks on criticism of the plan, saying that under the rules, those arriving in the UK will still be allowed to go food shopping and use public transport from airports during the quarantine. Oh, really? New arrivals will also be allowed to provide more than one address where they could stay during the 14 days. That's not quarantine. Wow. I really think that we have poorly managed this, and we're just, it's like almost on purpose. It's like the government wants to be seen to do the right thing, but they're not actually doing the right thing. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Let's look at the Times. Oh yes, look at this. This is outside the White House. Wow. It's like the red coats are coming, but they're not red coats. That's incredible. And yeah, I was explaining to my son about what was going on in America yesterday, and it was like all a case of we better allow people to express themselves. I mean, the looting is a no-no, okay, and but the protests are perfectly legitimate. I mean, for what happened, it's a disgrace. It's just another innocent life, and it's an absolute joke, on the grounds that fair enough. I think that the copper's been has lost his job and is being charged with it and everything now, but it's a bit too little too late. It's the overall picture of continued nonsense. People aren't going to stand for it anymore. They've been locked up in their houses. It's a tinderbox waiting to ignite into crazy flames, and that's what's happened, you know. And there's no leadership from the top down. There's no appeal for calm and look, we're going to fix this. From Donald Trump. It's as if he's doing it on purpose, so you know people hurt themselves and stuff, and he has to impose like crazy laws. Anyway, let's just continue. The Times also suggests bridges are likely to be introduced, reporting they could be in place by the end of this month. But the paper's main story focuses on schools after primary schools partly reopened to some pupils in England on Monday. It reports that head teachers and governors have been warned it will be impossible to get all children back to school before the summer holidays. Number 10 has said the government's aim is to have, which was just to have all children back by the start of July, is under review. Well, also, the 100,000 tests a day, under review. Never really made it, to be perfectly honest. Pretty shit, to be perfectly honest, as well. Daily Mirror. Oh, wait, now you guys can't see that. Hold on. Silly Mo. There you go, look, see? I'm talking about that picture there, and you can even see it. Look at it. It looks like, I wonder if that's been photoshopped with the smoking things. It looks a bit photoshoppy. It looks like they're having a rave on the lawn of the White House, to be perfectly honest. Crazy world. Crazy world. Daily Mirror. Small steps into a new normal. Thousands back in school, but one has to close after 7 staffed. Wow. 7 staff test positive. That's incredible. Incredible. Photos of school pupils returning to playgrounds in England feature on several front pages. The Daily Mirror suggests the socially distancing scene that awaits pupils could be a glimpse of the new normal. Papers say high streets are plotting an overhaul for when lockdown restrictions lift. For example, one-way pavements and a ban on cars. So does that mean if you're on one side of the high street, right, you're on one side of the high street and you've gone past the shop that you might need something for, but forgotten that you need something in that shop, you go into the next shop, does that mean you have to continue down, cross over the road, walk back up again and cross over? That doesn't make sense. Why don't we just have pavement markings of 2 meters? Does that not make sense? And have like lanes. COVID-19 is just so frustrating. It really is. Totally is. Good morning, Barry. I just saw your chat there just now. I hope you're well, my friend. I hope you're well. Thank you for coming here today. It's very, very good of you. Very good of you indeed. Right. The Eye. Summer camps to stop children falling behind. Yep. They said that this would be the case. They said that this would happen. And I said that it would happen when the schools went off. And my kids were like, nah, they're never going to do that, Dad. And I'm like, well, watch this space. You may be at summer school and that will be shit, but go to summer school, be good, Why not? Why not? So what does it say then? The Eye newspaper reports the government is planning to run beefed up school summer camps to help disadvantaged children catch up on the work they have missed. The paper says it understands the government could provide support for summer camps during July and August, with an announcement due in the coming weeks. I don't see there's anything wrong with that. The guys are
getting like homeschool work just now as a whole, right? And that's fine. That really is fine, but it's not the same quality as what the what's it called, the rest of the world have got, in the sense that I just think the overall quality and management of the homeschooling in other countries has been better. We get the work. And it's been a little bit guidance for parents, but there's no consistency with sometimes with the times it comes through at. Like my oldest boy stuff comes through in the morning, sometimes it comes through in the afternoon. Could we not be sort of organised and have like all the work done, and then if you're one of the teachers managing this, could you not have it done and ready so you could mail it the next morning for, say, 8:30, or even mail it the night before? You know, the teachers' working hours could have changed during this crisis. I mean, there has to be an analysis after this finishes to actually look at what went well, what didn't go well, and what can we improve on. You know, that has to be the case, without a doubt, you know. Crazy. Right, trace fraud alert. Cyber criminals are rubbing their hands with glee. Oh, Department of Health warns public not to reveal passwords or pins. Okay. The photo on the front of the Metro newspaper shows a schoolgirl being welcomed back by a teacher. Hold on. Welcome back. I'm back at school with my summer dress on, and my teacher's wearing a spit visor. Mental. Okay. School welcomed back by a teacher wearing a visor, but the paper's top story is a warning that scammers are posing as coronavirus contact tracers working for the NHS. Trading Standards officers in Scotland have received reports of con artists impersonating health service staff and calling from the official number. In the NHS. Contact tracers will never ask for passwords or bank details. Okay. Hello there, Mr. Mo. This is the contact centre for COVID-19. We've had a message, an alert from your app that says you've passed by several people that have tested positive for COVID-19, and well, we need to have your bank details to ensure your safety. Yes, I know. It sounds a bit crazy, but we've discovered that the way that people can survive this electronically is to pass over all their passwords to the contact centre. Then there's no way of the disease transmitting through the internet. Oh, no, it doesn't matter if you've got good antivirus software, Mr. Mo. This is just strictly what's going to happen. Otherwise, you could be penalised and charged by the police. Yes, really. Shut up. I think most people are sensible. Good coffee. Rab makes the best coffee. The best coffee. Daily Mail, 1 metre is enough. Oh my God. It cuts the risk of catching the virus by 80%. This has to be, yes, it is. The Daily Fail. Hi, the Daily Fail. How are ya? Crazy times. Cuts the risk of catching the virus by 80%, reveals the World Health Organization studying boosting business plans plea to relax social distancing rules. Oh, look. The same little girl. That's got to be what they call a stock photo. You know? Crazy. Right. So what does the Daily Mail say? The same photo of the schoolgirl makes the front, well, we just discovered that, makes the front of the Daily Mail, but it's the top story on a study funded by the WHO, which suggests keeping just 1 metre apart from others rather than 2 metres is the new rule in the UK. Could be enough to reduce your risk of catching coronavirus. There is a 1.3 chance of contacting the virus. Good morning, Zinnia. How are you? I'm good, thank you for asking. Thank you so much for asking. It's always a pleasure to have you pop in. I have now had my technology upgrade. I am all singing, all dancing. I have a new PC and a new great big monitor. So gaming is going to be good fun with this, to be perfectly honest. I can't wait to stream some games through this. And I'm going to see what I can get on Steam for free today and start looking at doing some OBS stuff for streaming games too. But listen, thank you so much for popping in. It's nice. People that are in YouTube land, please don't think that I'm mental speaking to somebody that you cannot see. Zainier is in Facebook land just now, so it won't come up in your chat at all there. So yeah, high five, brother. Right, here we go. What's it called? The study funded by the World Health Organization, which suggests just keeping 1 meter apart from others rather than 2 meters, as is the rule in the UK, could be enough to reduce your risk of catching coronavirus. There's a 1.3 chance of contracting the virus from 2 meters compared to a 2.6 chance in the 1 meter, the study says. The paper suggests the findings could fuel calls from businesses to relax the 2 meter rule. It will have to go back to normal at some point, and let's face it, let's just be completely honest. It's difficult to manage 1 meter or 2 meters when you're walking along the street, I usually don't walk along streets simply because I'm kind of shielding. I'm not allowed to go to shops or anything at all, which is crazy, but that's how it is. That's how it is, and that's how it's going to probably remain for the foreseeable future. Just we're used to it now. Daily Express, 4-hour queue. You really must need a flat pack fix. Maybe they just wanted to go and have some meatballs in IKEA. Leave them alone. But that queue, wow, that's crazy. We're winning the battle against COVID-19, really? And there's a school teacher taking the temperature of a child. Good grief. The Daily Express strikes a positive note on its front page, suggesting the UK's winning the battle against coronavirus, as the number of people who died with the virus fell to its lowest level since the start of lockdown. More than 39,000, 39,000 people have now died with the virus in the UK. Health Secretary Matt Hancock said the NHS contact tracing programme is operating pretty much as we hoped. That gives very little confidence. Zainier, yes, I am very safe from the virus. I really am. I'm not taking any risks because my immune system is depleted, and I've been away from work for 10 weeks now. And yeah, I'm probably banging my head off a wall partially, but then partially not. I'm okay. It's just that I miss going and doing the normal things. Like long walk to the park and hand gliding off the top of a mountain, stuff like that. Stuff that, everyday stuff that we all do. It has to be done. Yeah. I hope so too. I hope that we can live a normal life again. But I think there's going to be a new normal where we're going to have to accept certain different behaviours from ourselves and from others. And one of the things that I said to my oldest boy, he said to me, do you think we'll ever get back to normal? I says, I don't know. I don't think so. I think there'll be major differences in the world. Major differences in the world socially and the way that we do stuff, and there might even be different rules in different countries. There'll be none of the social acceptance things that kind of transcends across the world for different countries. And I said, but he'll be the last generation, the generation of his brothers and sister, that remember as a child what it was like growing up in a world without COVID-19. And he goes, what do you mean? He says, well, you'll be the ones that, when you have children or your friends have children, they come and say, Mo, what was it like before the days? What was it like before the days of COVID-19? It says, yes, I remember walking down the street, high-fiving my friends, going into an ice cream shop and eating a bowl of ice cream with your girlfriend, sharing the spoon, asking somebody if you could have a drink of their juice and drinking from the same bottle. You know, it's crazy. There are just some challenges for us, you know. It's no fun life without challenges. Yes, you're right. You know, challenges is what make us human, which is true. And Barry, thank you for saying I have always been a headbanger. That means so much to me. You crazy man. Crazy, crazy man. Let's move on. Daily Star. Oh my God, what the hell is that? Burglar is collared by a bird, right? Okay. I hope that burglar was socially distancing as he broke into somebody's house. Oh, right. Got you. There's a play on Poirot. Poirot, Hercule, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, the Daily Star is one of a small number of pages choosing not to lead with the virus. Its top story on a serial burglar. Was he like trying to nick some Weetabix? Aha! I need a ba-boom-ch thing going on. Yeah, we're going to talk about all the tech at the end of this and what we're doing, you know, which is going to be good. Yeah, so, what was it? Yeah, caught and jailed after a pet parrot raised the alarm with its noisy squawks. The parrot, called Charlie, started squawking when the burglar entered the house in Monmouth in the middle of the night. Its owner got out of bed, went to investigate, and saw the defendant behind the door. Ah, poor lad. Poor lad. Here we go, look at this. Schools restart. As rules relaxed, top Facebook staff revolt over Zuckerberg's stance on Trump. What? Okay, the Financial Times reports Facebook boss Mark Zuckerberg is facing a backlash from staff after refusing to take action over posts by US presidential Donald Trump last week. Twitter put out a warning on one of Mr. Trump's many tweets about protests in the US, but Facebook has not touched the message. Mr. Zuckerberg defended his position, saying the company was an institution committed to free expression. Really? Okay. Nah, I don't believe that. Nah, we talked very briefly last week about the ins and outs of fact checking certain people, but not the rest of the world. And I personally came to my own personal conclusion is quite straightforward. It is that, yeah, we should fact check politicians, absolutely. Otherwise, they shouldn't fucking be on social media. Okay, let's just face it. If you're going to put something out that's a lie, yes, that's freedom of speech, but politicians should be held at a higher standard because they are managers of civilization, you know. Yeah, you know, Zanir is saying in Facebook land that it's you know, it's worrying to think that if somebody did break into your house, what if they have the virus and they're touching things? Well, they shouldn't be touching things without gloves, and if they've not got gloves on, their fingerprints will be left there, so they'll soon be done, but they will leave that invisible virus behind, you know. It's a crazy world. It truly is absolutely crazy to think that that's the case. That we're allowing politicians to talk shit, basically, is where I am with it. I don't think that's a good thing in the slightest. But they have to still be allowed to express themselves, and it just opens a can of worms when you're fact checking. Maybe software where you can like drag the post into something and it recognizes what's being said and it automatically fact checks, and so people then have the choice to fact check or not. And maybe it could be like Trustpilot, you know, where basically you drag the post into the fact check, or you hit a button, okay, on the post that says fact check. Okay, so you can do it pretty much with anybody's post. And if there's no data for it, like if I'm turning around and saying something along the lines of something, people could fact check me. Okay, and that there's nothing wrong with that. I don't mind being fact checked, because if I'm wrong about something, I'll stick my hand up and say something. But I don't form opinions based on facts. I form opinions based on what deems to be facts, but my opinions are not facts. They're opinions, and I'm entitled to change my opinion if I wish. Rab says they all talk shit, bro. They do. Every one of them talks shit. I totally agree, my friend. It's just one of those crazy things. Right, the sun. Cool, it's school. Meg link to Kate Mag Row. Don't care. Posh paid 1 million not to sing. It's funny. Posh Spice getting paid not to sing. After a showbiz story makes the front of the Sun, which reports Victoria Beckham has received nearly $1 million since the Spice Girls reunion tour last year, despite her not taking part in the concerts. The paper says Posh Spice did not sing at the gigs, but benefited from the renewed interest in the band, such as endorsements, licensing, and the merchandising. And that is the papers. Ta-da! The papyrus. Whee! Right. Good luck, Rabbit. You be safe at work, please. I'm glad that I had you here this morning. It's been nice to have you. You're always welcome here. Give us a tinkle sometime. Give us a wee phone, please, Rab. Just to catch up. Anytime, sort of like early evening's good. Just it's the best time to catch me. Just as I do the housework, because then I can say I'm on the phone to Rab and get the kids to do it. You see, and they're all sleeping, so they can't turn around and say anything. Right, good. Yes, indeed. We are done with the papers, and we're going to move on. We're still using StreamYard just now for the morning stream, but we're going to be playing with OBS for most of today. I'm going to be sitting at this desk here and playing around with it. So hopefully tomorrow or the day after, we can move into using OBS and have quite interesting slick type transitions going on between stuff. We will also move into OBS for everything, in the evening too. You're going to leave as well as in here. Thank you so much for dropping in. I really appreciate it. And I'll be staying at home. I'm going nowhere at all. Which is the right thing to do. So yes, good luck, guys. You be safe, Zinir and Rab, please, which is good. But tech, yeah, OBS is great. My problem just now is that I can usually hear myself and the tone of my voice in my headset, and I can't right now because I can't play around with it because I can't pick up the desktop, the sound for this going through the software that I use for it at all. Just I don't know what's going on, so I'm going to go and look at the exact problem and see if there's any other free bits of software that I can use, because I quite like Voicemeeter. It's dead easy to use, but it's just not doing what it says on the tin for me. It will not capture the desktop sound. So I need to go and perhaps change a couple of settings to enable it to do so I can throw desktop sound, like the music that I like to play and stuff through that. But also there is Stream Deck as well, which is an app on the phone, which I can pre-program with sounds and have that playing through OBS. So I can have the drums going ba-boom when I say something stupid, and things like that. So it makes it more interactive and more fun. So that is the plan for today. And by the end of the week, we'll be set up properly. If I get things done for tonight, I might do an impromptu show tonight to showcase it all. We'll see what happens, and we'll take it from there. But listen, in the meantime, I have to say thank you so much for joining us. We are back tomorrow, and if we don't do a showcase tonight, we will be on Mixer via Lightstream onto from the Xbox to Lightstream, from the Lightstream to the Mixer, playing Slenderman. Yes, it will be again my attempt to get through the mines in chapter 3 of Slenderman, and in the process poop my pants, because it's a very scary game. In the meantime, though, let me say thank you very much for joining us. We're back tomorrow. Oh yes, this is what we're back tomorrow with. This is tomorrow night's show. I'm very, very, very excited. Tomorrow night's show, Cult Behaviors, This is not about, like the Grand Meridians or other cults or anything like that. It's not like, I'm not talking about cults. I'm talking about cult behaviors, how people behave in a way that is cult-like, and what they do and what they say and how they act, and how dangerous that actually is still as a cult too. So there we go. That is Radio Apocalypse for today, without a doubt. And yes, I truly hope that you've had fun today, and we'll be back in the morning, possibly tonight. Just stay tuned. Make sure that you watch the socials. I will always put notifications up in YouTube and across Facebook and Instagram as well. All right, so thank you for being here today, and we'll see you all later.
I hope you've been enjoying Mojax Happy's Radio Apocalypse.
Be safe, hydrate, and wash your hands for God's sake, will you?